I'm going to go ahead and start opening these boxes so we can get them out of the way. I think Alvarez had a really good season, but like I said, guys like Volpe and people like that I have a hard time buying because they're almost at the peak of their value right now, you know? Unless they just absolutely become a superstar in the major leagues, and that's really hard to do. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to save all the Mega Box packs for last, and we're going to do the regular Chrome packs first. So we'll have all that stuff done. And I usually run in dual camera, but my computer, I run this off, I think I just cut myself with the dang knife. I run my breaks off of a Airbook, MacBook, and it like lags a little bit when I do the dual camera, so I'm going to just try the single camera tonight. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 megas. We got 2 megas. And the 5 regular. I'm going to stick those up here so I can get them out of my way. Oh yeah, George Feliz. Man, I've had him in all my videos. I had him in my, I had him in the little video that I did before the checklist came out as a guy that, or right when the checklist came out, as a guy that I really liked. And he's still really cheap. And Starlin Aguilar is another guy that, you know, he's destined for third base. He's not going to play a team position, but the Mariners are a pretty good draw on this product. I actually pulled a Mariners pitcher auto in my last break. I don't remember who it was, honestly, Rob. 2 megas. I'm going to start a new pile over here of the regular packs. I haven't checked on I hate that these boxes are so big and there's just 7 packs in there. Dollard. That was Dollard, yeah. Alright, there's our 2 megas. So we should have 12 mega packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, save those for last, and we should have, I believe, 30. Base pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So like I said, I'm going to rip the regular packs first, and then I'm going to go to our megas, save those for last, because that's really going to be the big chase here. Get my guys lined up. All right. Delby, we pulled a bunch of Delby Garcia in our last break. There's a Tatis, Rosarena, Otani, Altuve, and Delby. Ruiz, Patino, Spencer Howard, Perdomo. I still think it's funny they put a Perdomo, and I say this every time, a Perdomo rookie card in this product. He only had 10 at-bats last year. He really struggled. this year early, and they sent him back to the complex to, I guess, tune up. Plug my phone in. I guess to tune up a little bit offensively. He came back in the last month and a half of the season and did really well. He hit like 300. He hit 2 home runs, and he's not really known for his power as a KB Hayes rookie card. Jazz rookie, Tanner Houck, Madrigal. So I thought they may have sent him to the. I was thinking they were going to send him to the fall league this year, but because he missed so many games, he spent so much time at the training center, I guess, adjusting offensively. I couldn't find anything on what they actually worked on there. It's hard to find. There's a Dylan Carlson rookie. Carlson had a really good year this year. He's another guy that struggled early last year. They sent him back down to AAA for a little while, brought him back up, and then this year, man, he's had a great year. I think I'm going to try to get some Dylan Carlson PSA 10s out of the tops. Flagship. Soto, Brian Reynolds, Vladdy, Yachty, Kirilloff. I'm sorry, these base packs are really boring. Robert, Mookie, Judge, Darvish. Zardo, Soler. He's not with the Royals anymore. Bryce Harper. He had a pretty good season this year. I saw a lot of people. You can tell when a guy has a good year because you see all of his old cards for sale. It's really funny. I saw a bunch of Bryce Harper for sale this year, towards the end of the season. No, I don't believe so, Chris. I think it's strictly base. Badu. See, these two guys, they were huge chases at the beginning of the year. They were so hot, and then their cards just plummeted. I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, when somebody gets that hot, you need to. When they get that hot out of nowhere, it is time to sell, but people kept buying and buying. And it's kind of like hot potato, who got stuck with the potato in their hand when they finally stopped hitting. No, there's no first until the megas, Rob. The megas are what we're waiting for. But we got to break through all this base. There's an Adele rookie. And that's why we're saving the best for the last. Yelich, man, he's soon going to not be in Bowman products. He had another terrible year. Bohm struggled too. I think Bohm will come back. I hope he does. I said this on my last video, I still have his 2018 Bowman draft auto in the closet over there. Hoping he can mount a comeback. I don't know. I didn't rip any regular Bowman Megas. I couldn't get any. Nate Pearson, Sam Huff. Stevenson, Pearson, Huff, Kettle Marte, Kyle Lewis. I'm kind of excited about draft. I started working on some videos for draft. I don't know how many of you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Yeah. Came back to who he was. Came back to earth. If you guys haven't seen my YouTube channel, I was working on a video today. It takes me a couple days to do the slides and gather all the information and do all the non-fun stuff. But I was working on the Bowman draft checklist. The Bowman draft checklist has not been released, but I looked at the checklist from last year, and I think I told Rob this, or the guys that were in our last break, and there were 26 out of 29 players were in, 26 out of 29 first rounders were in Bowman draft. And the Astros didn't get a pick because they cheated and got caught. Too bad that they got caught, because I think everyone cheated to some extent. But 26 out of 29 first rounders were all in Bowman draft. And the three that were not, Austin Martin, Mick Abel, and Aaron Sabato, were all in the next product that was 2021 Bowman. So eventually all 29 picks were in a Bowman product. And the competitive balance picks, the 8 competitive balance picks, were also all in Jazz is going to go back to earth, kind of like Yelich too. Jazz was a straight sell guy. I mean, that's just my opinion. I would have sold everything I had when he got hot, because for him to ever get that high of a value again would have been really, really crazy. But anyway, 26 of the 29 were in Bowman draft. 8 out of 8 of the competitive balance picks were in draft. So I've started working on a 3-part series of videos where I'm going to break down all 30 guys that were drafted in 2021. And I'm going to start with picks 30 through 29. So I'm working on that video so you guys can see who some of the possibles are going to be and get an early jump on them. I was actually going to do that tonight if we didn't fill this break, but we ended up filling, so. I can't believe Cronenworth's really considered a rookie, and so is Bohm. That's kind of crazy. But we'll sleeve them anyway. Now we're just ripping through all the base right now, Kendall. We haven't got to the megas yet. I saved all the megas for last, so you got here at the right time. A lot of base to break through. Chapman, Posey. Yeah, so I saw, I'm sure all of you guys saw it, that supposedly Buster Posey is due to retire tomorrow from baseball. So, pretty big announcement, and it wouldn't get as much publicity, I don't think, if it weren't true. So, kind of unexpected. I know he opted out of 2020, but so it leaves the door open for Joey Bart. So I've seen a ton of Joey Bart for sale online tonight. Everybody's trying to unload their Bart now that Buster's going to retire. It's crazy how fast baseball got. I know basketball and football are really fast, you know, and how quick people flip. But baseball usually used to always be pretty slow. But now baseball is just getting really fast too, you know, with people trying to turn prospects over really quick. So that's all of our base. There's 1 stack, 2 stacks, and this will be a lot of fun to sort. And we got some rookies in here sleeved. So we only got 1 Brian Hayes. It's probably the best card we could find in this base was Brian Hayes, and we only found 1 rookie card. So that kind of stinks, but we are to the most exciting part of the break, which is going to be our mega packs. All right, so this is where we're going to get our prospects and our autos. So let's dig in here and see what we got. Oh yeah, I love being a dad. It's awesome. To all the dads out there, they all agree too, I'm sure. There's Gilbert. Let's see if we can get a first. Nick Gonzalez. Shaylin Polanco. Here's a nice mega hit. Let me get him in a sleeve. So Shaylin's really, really young. I think he's still in the Dominican Republic. 17 years old. He only had 128 plate appearances this year. So I mean, he's 17. So this is definitely a hold guy for me. We got Alexander Vizcaino. I'm going to sleeve all the first for you guys out of here. Because I know some of the bigger name prospects in the Megas, they have a pretty good premium for PSA 10. I know a lot of people chase strictly Megas. So, yeah, Kendall's been on a hot streak with me lately. Hassel, love him. I just don't know if the power's ever gonna develop. He can run, he can steal bags, he's gonna hit for average, but I'm not sure if enough power is gonna develop with Hassel. I think that's the big question right now with him for the price, especially. I think he's gonna be a great player, but as far as the hobby goes, is he gonna have enough power to really be a big time guy? Or is he gonna? I mean, he's definitely got more power than like an Xavier Edwards, because Xavier Edwards has no power. I was just talking about him today, but there's a Wander. I'll sleeve that. Martin. There's a Francisco Alvarez, and we got no firsts in this. No firsts at all. That's not a very good pack right there. I'll sleeve all those megas for you no matter what once I get through with this and get to sorting, but I'll sleeve all the megas whether they're first or not. Got a Gonzalez, Gorman, Aaron Sabato, Jeremy De La Rosa, and Julio Carreras. De La Rosa, and I talk about him all the time, is one of the guys I thought would have a lot better of a season. I think it's a great time to buy him if you think he has a chance to pan out, because his prices were really high when 2021 Bowman first came out, and then the season happened and he struck out a lot. So Manuel Beltre first, and ooh, nice. Who's got the Orioles? So it's a non-first Heston Kjerstad auto, and he hasn't played a game yet. I was talking to John, who is the biggest Orioles fan in our group probably, and I guess he's had some heart issues this year, and there's not a lot on him, but he did really well in college. Who's got the Orioles? I think that was James Woodard. Congrats, awesome, James. So we got a mega auto there. But we got another Shaylin Polanco and a Vizcaino. So I'm going to sleeve the Beltre. Trying to look at my board here. Yeah, Beltre is one of the guys that I don't have because he doesn't have an auto in this. So Polanco and the Vizcaino. Sleeve all those guys. Yeah, it's very scary. Very scary. It's kind of like buying into Royce Lewis. The guy's never healthy. Like, never. He hasn't played a game since 2018, I don't think. But he's still I think he's still the top Twins prospect in the organization over Austin Martin, which is crazy. Yeah, he is. I know he is, because I just looked today at the Twins' top prospects because I was working on that video for draft. And Royce Lewis is the #1 prospect on MLB.com for the Twins, and he hasn't played a game since 2018. He's just injuries follow him wherever he goes. Oh, not a first, but Jose Salas. That's 2 autos today already. All right. And he is 18. He's young. He was in 2021 Bowman this year. Had a really good season. I want to say he played up to the Complex League. Didn't hit for a lot of power, but he made a lot of contact. And he's young, athletic shortstop. And with guys this young, power's always the last thing to develop. because a lot of guys have to refine their approach. They have to grow into their bodies, and by the time they do both of those things, they're making a lot more contact. They're hitting the pitches that they're waiting to hit, and their power kind of comes out. So that's a nice hit for the Marlins. Not a first, but it's an auto nonetheless. So that's awesome. Congrats to Randy. I don't think Randy's in here tonight. Yeah, Jeremy, I have not met anyone that loves Jose Miranda more than Jeremy Coleman. With good reason. The guy was an offensive machine this year. I think he's going to be a first base look, but he's got the offensive profile to be okay in the hobby. I think. Got a first, Johnny Perron. His offensive numbers were just silly this year, and I'm sure Jeremy could spit some out here quick while we're breaking. But Jordan Adams was a huge letdown this year, and he's like the Angels' #2 prospect, I think. Yeah, Jose Miranda only has a paper auto in 2021 Bowman, I believe. Yeah, if you don't know who Jose Miranda is, go look at his offensive line from this season. It's nice. Kevin Alcantara, Dawn of Glory. There's our first Mariner, Milkar Perez, Max Meyer. Perez, he's the third baseman. 19. Hits for a lot of average. Pretty much a contact machine, but he doesn't steal bases. He doesn't hit for power, and he's a third baseman. But, usually if guys are going to grow into power, they'll hit a couple home runs when they're 19 or 20. But Milkar, he hasn't hit any. But, yeah, he's more of a contact-oriented guy, and he's young. But for a third baseman, it's tough. It's tough to not hit for power. Oh, sorry, Kyle. Yeah, like I just said, Kendall, I don't see him growing into power. Like I said, if a guy's gonna grow into power, he's usually gonna hit a couple of home runs at least when he's like 17 or 18 or 19. A 0 up there makes me really pessimistic, especially when he's a third baseman. He's not going to run. I guess he's kind of like a J.D. Orr would be, a guy who hits for a ton of average, but doesn't steal bases, doesn't play a premium position. And as a prospect, he could pan out to be a really good fit, but from the hobby standpoint, nobody wants a guy. It's like Xavier Edwards. His chrome autos are dirt cheap, and the guy's a hit machine. But, nobody, there's a card stuck here. Nobody seems to care. All right. We had a green Ronnie Mauricio stuck to the back of that Adley card. Not a first. And that's going to Eli in his first break tonight. Not a first, but still some color. And Adley, we got Eduardo Garcia. Yeah, he's also the oldest. Milkar is. Got a Blaze and a Taglia. I think the guy I like best easily is Feliz. In this product, at least. George Feliz. JJ, there's a Pedro Leon. Pedro Leon just posted a little article about him starting to heat up in the fall league. This guy is just a freaking mutant athlete. He's a right-handed bat. It'd be really cool if he was left-handed, but he's right-handed. Lots of power, lots of athleticism. I feel like he's kind of a higher risk guy, just because he's kind of raw right now. But yeah, he's someone definitely to watch in the Astros organization. He's probably pretty close to getting a call up next year. I'd say even if he has a good spring, I'm sure he'll go to big league camp. And if he has a good enough spring, There's no telling what happens with him. Another Polanco in the back there. Jeez, I forget Kendall. Staying hot with me. There's a Veen. You talk about a guy who had an awful front half and amazing back half this year. Veen was unreal in the back half of the season. Talking like unreal. And there's your Polanco. Man, stolen bases, home runs, average, everything. He was like Anthony Volpe all year, but in the back half. It was just stupid numbers he put up in the second half of the season. And there were a ton of guys who sold Veen after the first half. They freaked out. You know, there's so many new guys in the hobby, and they pee down their leg as soon as somebody doesn't do well. And man, I bet those guys are just kicking themselves right now because he came back kind of like, Nick Gonzalez struggled and came back, but it was nowhere near as far as Veen came back. So, oh wow, bang! These megas are hot tonight. So we got a Nick Yorke, non-first, but it's still an auto. Man, talk about a breakout season. There's I don't think Yorke was on anyone's radar before this year, and he just blew up. He's a second baseman whose bat's going to play. I mean, he proved that this year, so it doesn't matter. They doesn't play a premium position because he is going to hit. But, man, he had a tremendous year. I think his base autos are like over $100 right now, and they were selling for like 30 when, not even 30. I think it was like $5 or $10 when draft first released. And everybody's like, who's this Nick Yorke kid? You know, where'd he come from? Why'd the Red Sox draft him? And now he's one of their top prospects in the organization. So good for him. Yeah, I remember Jeremy talking about Yorke before one of our other breaks. So this is our last pack, guys. We've done really well for mega boxes. There's no first, but man, we got 3 big names on the board right now. So this is really sweet. There's a Luis Rodriguez. It's a good start. I'll sleeve him in a second. Luciano. Ed Howard. Soderstrom. And Chiaro. Just had Chiaro in one of my videos. Super sleeper. His autos are like $15. He is a catcher. And Mario Feliciano, I think, is probably their top catching prospect in the organization right now. He struggled this year. I think he was injured. Missed a lot of time. But I've got 2 Feliciano blue autos from 2020 that are just sitting in my closet waiting for him to, you know, have a good season. But check out Chiaro. I guess it's Caro, not Chiaro. I had to look up how to pronounce his last name, and it's Caro. But check his offensive numbers out; they're pretty impressive. And he's going to be a solid backstop. He has the tools to stick back there at catcher. So check him out. Jefferson Caro, Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, I don't know to say if he's overrated. I mean, overpriced for sure. It's hard to like call any of these guys overrated or underrated because there's just no sample size. But as far as the price goes, I think people are, yeah, I guess you could say he's overrated because the price tag on his cards right now do not match his production. So I think he was on the cover of like the pre-sale, and that automatically is a multiplier of 10 for all for all sports cards if your picture's on the sell sheet. But he hit like, I think, under 200 this year. I looked to be sure. Where's he at on my list here? Yeah, he had 8 home runs, 30% K rate. I want to say he was under 200. You guys could check on that for me, but it was either under or real close to 200. He's got some thump, but a ton of swing and miss right now. So the approach is obviously is raw, but the power's there. So for the price right now, he's a huge risk. He's an absolute huge risk. If he didn't strike out so much, I'd be a lot more on board. But that's a big risk for the gamblers out there. We hit the Kerstead. We hit the Solace. It's a nice take home for the Marlins and the Orioles. And we hit the Nick Yorke. And that's going to the Red Sox. It's going to James. So James hit 2 autos in this tonight. Awesome, James. Congrats. Yeah, because it looks so nice. Yeah, he does have a really nice auto. He has a really nice auto. I would love to do a video one day. Nobody would watch it, but just like on the all-time worst autographs in Bowman history of all the guys that have terrible autographs. I did a break a long time ago in 2017 Bowman, and I pulled a gold auto for a guy named Jeff Renshaw, still in the group, and the auto was just awful. It looked like someone had done it with a crayon. And it's streaky and terrible. But yeah, that's our break, guys. Thanks for jumping in. If you guys ever, no Cruz, if you guys ever, Jeremy, I feel terrible. I banned Jeremy from joining my breaks last week because he never hits anything with me. So this is just another day in Jeremy's world. But thanks for jumping in. If you guys ever have any questions, holler at me. I'll try to help you the best I can. Check out my YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff on there. A lot of stuff on sleepers. I think sometimes I try to be too crafty and go after guys who are just like super duper sleepers and like, you know, try to find the most value for, you know, try to find a guy that's like $8, you know, and has a 2% chance of becoming a decent big leaguer. But it's fun for me. I like to dig really deep into these guys, and it's more fun that way. You know, you could always buy in the off season, sell at spring training, and make money, but it's not as much fun for me. So thanks for jumping in, you guys. I'll try to get this stuff out probably Monday morning or Saturday morning. So thanks again. I'll post this on the YouTube channel in case you guys missed it. But congrats to the hitters. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks, guys.